End up giving me a fucking stiffy.
What's up, guys? I'm here with the Jaymee Show.
The Jaymee Show.
How you doing, Jay?
Yeah, I'm doing great, mate. Just chilling, chatting.
Amy's having a conversation with Devin. I didn't want to interrupt the conversation, so I figured let them keep talking, and me and you will start, and then when they're done, she could join us.
Yeah, exactly. And everyone can just watch her and not realize what she's saying at all.
Watch the boobies.
Yeah.
Mouth move. So there was this story. I tagged Amy in about some chick she likes. He was dating some gamer or whatever. You know, he's a good looking dude too. It's not like some nerdy gamer. You know, he's a built dude. You know, good looking guy, and she's like super fucking hot. But he ended up dumping her because she was complaining that he wasn't spending enough time with her because all he does is play Call of Duty. You know, but that's his profession basically. He's a professional Call of Duty player. He makes tons of money from it. So he basically broke up with her so that he can have more time to play Call of Duty. And I was like, that's fucking ridiculous. Like, yeah, if you see this chick, it's like, it's that Hispanic weather girl that works for the Spanish station that Amy always posts. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's super fucking hot. I'm like, what a fucking idiot. Like,
he dumped her.
He dumped her to play more Call so that he could spend his time playing Call of Duty, basically.
That man needs his head looking at. What the fuck?
But like I said, he's a good-looking guy. He makes tons of money too, so he can get another chick. But that chick is like top of the line hot. You know what I'm talking about? Like I would have, and she's got a career too and makes tons of money. She's not just a weather girl; she's a model as well. You know, she makes tons of money. So really, he could have lived off her for a while until he gets into another career. You know, a career that takes up less time and made good money too. I mean, the guy's good-looking. He could go into modeling himself. You know. And make tons of money. So it's like, yeah, that could have been worked out. You know what I'm saying? He must really have a love for Call of Duty to have dumped her for that. But the funny thing was, eventually, a bunch of people were talking back and forth about it, and I was like, yeah, I would have fucking dumped my career and stuck with her, right, and have her like feed off her until I could get my better career going where I could spend more time with her. But then Will said, sure, Alfie, you say that now, but here's the real challenge. Would you go vegan for that ass? I'm like, I'd most likely lie about it. He's like, name the trait is present. That ass, Jesus Christ.
Basically, you're saying you'd go cultural vegan.
yeah, I'd go vegan when she's around. When she's not around, like that. I'd sneak around to eat a burger or something. For every hot chick out there, there is a dude tired of fucking her. Yeah. I seen that. Somebody said that earlier too. That's true. Though. I mean, I don't know how long they were together. Maybe he was tired of her at that point and was like, you know what? I'd rather stick to my career. I'll get another hot chick just as hot. So that's a possibility too. Yeah. We're talking of as average people, right? Not like these people who are super good looking and you know and have a bunch of money. So yeah, we don't really know that situation to know how we would address that. We might do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? If we were in that situation, we might do the same thing.
But still, that's just crazy, though.
It is crazy. So yeah, we were talking about egg rolls earlier, right?
Oh, the egg roll.
I am the egg roll in the house. Let's see, I like to put it with duck sauce. Ba-boom.
Okay, then.
Nice. So I'm going to eat an egg roll to show you that eating egg rolls was awesome. I was the inside.
Oh, hang on, let me click on you. Show me again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
it's like little bits of like cabbage and pork.
Looks like a giant spring roll, basically.
Yeah, but with pork, because spring rolls usually vegetarian.
Yeah, they are actually.
Yeah, it basically has the same stuff minus the pork, and they're a lot smaller. But
spring roll in ages. I want one now.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Alfie, if we were good looking, I didn't say we were good looking. Well, we're average looking. You know, we're not exceptionally good looking or anything. I think we're pretty average.
I would say I'm all right.
I'm all right. Yeah, that's what I say. I'm like, I can see girls think I'm cute. I don't think I'm like exceptionally good looking or anything.
Yeah, I agree.
I usually pick up chicks for my personality than my looks. I want to click on Amy and leave her on.
Yeah, just do it. Have her as
it looks like she's going off, but you can't hear anything, so it's great. Yeah. She gets so passionate.
Mm-hmm. Like, I couldn't believe Jay's dick was so big.
That's what she's talking about.
Yeah,
it just hurts so much.
So lush.
So he was like, "Don't worry, you could take it all. It's not gonna hurt."
Yeah.
It hurt.
Oh my god, this is actually brilliant. And then Devon's like, "Nah, there's other dicks out there," and she's got the look like, "No, not as good as this dick though. This dick was it's just so big. Look, see with the arms, it's just this big."
Look what Johan said. Alf named his dick personality. That's funny. Well, Johan's funny.
And every time I see his dick, it's just gets me all wet.
Yeah, look at the shape. He's like, it's so big.
So big. And so juicy.
And then he had these massive balls. What am I supposed to do with that? They just kept banging into my thighs.
I'm like, he's so tall and I'm so short.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny to see. Imagine Amy with somebody really tall.
Yeah.
She'd be up to their belly button or something. I didn't want to interrupt them, but I was gonna say, Devin, why don't you come on and have this conversation on live stream with people?
Yeah, no, but just didn't want to interrupt them. Both of them were just like,
that's not a huge can of soda. Amy's just really short.
Yeah,
no, that's not even soda. That's a beer, I think. Estrella? I think that's a beer. Yeah, that probably is a 22.
But to her, it looks so massive.
Yeah, it does, because she's so tiny. Well, next to her tits, they look normal, but next to her hand, it looks small.
Oh dear. So anyway, what's been going on, Alf? What's new?
In my life, nothing at all, man. That's why I kind of haven't been streaming, because there hasn't really been anything going on to like talk about. But I do have projects coming up, but I've already talked about those.
Yeah.
Tell us about your trip. How was your time in what town was that?
I was in Stockton.
Stockton, yeah. How was Stockton?
It was great, mate. I had so much fun hanging out with Tommy English.
Cool.
And his boyfriend.
Yeah, I watched that stream he did. It was really good. It was pretty
good.
But you'd sure get some fucking retarded people up in your fucking chat.
In my chat?
Yeah, in your chat. Your chat's always filled with like really super right-wing Christian people.
Yeah, I had no idea until that stream, really.
Yeah, there was a lot. It wasn't all of them, I could say. There was some people who like I got along with and I was talking to and we agreed with stuff, but then there was other people who were like, oh, they need Christianity and they need this, and just getting really like, I would be like, yeah, you guys have too many Muslims and get rid of some Muslims and stuff, but they're at the point where they're like, get rid of them all and this and that, and it's like, whoa, hold on, some of those people are English citizens, you can't get rid of them all.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't work that way. It's like how people do that with here too, where they're like the ethno-state people with the US and they're like, oh yeah, we'll just send all the black people to Africa and this and that. It's like, no, those are American citizens, you can't just disregard them, right?
Yeah.
You hear that with them too, where there will be like, oh, the crime rates is only because of the black people, so if you just get rid of the black people, the crime rates will go down. And it's like, well, those are Americans, so you can't get rid of Americans, they're citizens. You got to find another solution.
I thought it was funny when that woman was like, you're an atheist? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then she was there trying to tell me that I need Jesus and shit. And then, what was that about morals? She was like, but, your morals. And I was like, yeah, make my own morals.
Yeah, what do you need religion to give you morals for? Yeah, right. It's so weird, right?
And then she was like, you have parents? And I was like, yes. I got some of them from my parents. I got some from my grandparents.
I have the same response to whoever asks me, where do I get my morals from as an atheist? And I say, I don't give them an answer to it. I kind of reverse it on them. And I say, are you saying that you would be a piece of shit if you weren't religious? Like, it's like, if you weren't Christian, would you be a complete piece of shit, basically? Because I'm not Christian, I'm not a complete piece of shit. So then that seems more like a problem with them. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to be pieces of shit, but the only reason they're not is because they're afraid, of going to hell, basically. So if you can't understand that concept, there's a general problem with you, with that person.
Oh dear. And then literally, so because obviously I was like, it was a conversation that I did not want to have, because sometimes when I'm doing this sort of stuff, I'll sort of give people my opinion on it, and sort of like I did with Nikita when she was talking about the Tommy thing. I was like, yeah, I agree with you, mate, blah blah blah. But then sometimes I'm just like asking questions about the thing or following up on it. It's not really. I didn't want to get into a debate with her, and I could see it was going that way.
Yeah, where it's heading.
And I was just, and I could tell the march because I knew how long the route was. I was like, oh, I want to get up the front anyway and stuff, and see if I could interview some more people.
Look at her; she's getting excited.
She is. She's like, I'm desperate for Jay's dick. That big British cock.
Like, oh my god, I want dick so bad, but no one's giving it to me.
Can you believe this? I'm a cute brown girl in Vancouver.
I'm a cute brown girl in Vancouver. Why? Oh god. But Mark, Devin showed us that video you showed him. That was interesting about London.
Oh yeah, when Amy gets in here, we'll have to watch it together. I think we might. I think I might.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Jaymee Show video, 18 video rather.
Yeah, but in the end, London's just a city. Like, there's cities in America that are very mixed, or just one race that's not white. And there's also cities where there are white. London's just one city.
Yep. But it's the way he goes about it. It's just like,
it's the way they
no white people here. This is great. Yeah. And it's like, oh, really? So you like the acid attacks? You like the muggings, the robberies?
They disregard anything negative that comes from it and only look at the positives. But in the end, I just never understand why people are so hung up on race. Like, it's just not important. I mean, it might be important in some ways, but people use it or hung up on it in ways that aren't important, that don't matter.
Yes, that is very true.
Like Sean says, how is Amy steamrolling a conversation without talking, without being in the conversation? That Nas Daily guy already is so cringy without all the politics. Is he? I never seen him before. I didn't know who he was.
No, it's the first time I've ever seen him.
And just play Bollywood music when she speaks. That would have been funny. If we were on OBS, I would do that, but you can't hear sound over this. It's out capital Alf. What? What does that even mean, Sean? Oh, it's our capital. Yeah. But I mean, our capital is very mixed as well. Washington, D.C. is full of all types of races. There's a whole black neighborhoods in it. And there's a lot of Hispanics, Asians. It's just very mixed. Capitals tend to be mixed. That's like a hub, right? Like the capital tends to be like the major city of an area. Major cities tend to be where immigrants want to go, or different races want to go. So major cities, you're always going to see a mixture of race.
Yeah,
to a certain extent. Right? What is weird, which happens here too, what is weird is when you do have a major city and they're split up into neighborhoods of race, and that's weird to me. New York City does that somewhat. There's a lot of mixture in New York City, but then you'll have like black neighborhoods in Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? Like Jewish neighborhoods. You'll have like a Hasidic Jew area. Little Italy, right? We have a China, what do you call that? Chinatown. Yeah, we have a Chinatown. We have a Little Italy. Here in Jersey, we have like a Little Korea. They're starting to call it now. That's like a town not too far from me where it's like mostly Koreans, South Koreans and stuff. Yeah. Well, Fort Lee. Yeah, Fort Lee, they kind of call Little Seoul now or something, or Little Korea, something like that.
Yeah, but am I right in thinking that most of these places are built on self-segregation, aren't they?
Yeah. People tend to want to stick to the like, right? Especially when you're immigrating, because you have the language gap, so you're going to tend to stick with people who speak your language. You know what I'm saying? It's much easier. You get along better. You know what I'm saying? If you say you move to Africa and you move to a city that's all Africans, you're not going to be able to get along with anybody. It's going to be difficult for you to live, because you can't communicate with anybody. But if you move to Africa and you move to South Africa, which is, you know, has a lot of white people, they speak English, then you can get along and you could speak with these people.
Yeah.
You know, and you're going to tend to go into an area where people speak your language. Even areas in Japan, there's areas in Japan that have a lot of American and European people, because there's areas where people are more likely to speak English, even the Japanese people, you know. So they go there. There's an area in Tokyo called Roppongi, and that's a very Americanized area. And basically, like, all the military guys go there, you know, on the weekends and shit, because it's just an area where most people speak English. Even you know, not only is it culturally mixed there and have a bunch of native English speakers, but the Japanese people there tend to speak English as well, so they can do business with you know, the foreigners that go there. So it's just a place people are going to tend to live if they move to Japan from here, say, or from England. Only makes sense.
I get you.
I get ya. But yeah, it is funny. Like Devin and Amy were talking, and it's funny how people talk so much about wanting to diversify white countries, but nobody ever bitches about like Japan being all Japanese, or, you know, like country in Africa being all African. Nobody bitches about those things, but, you know, it's just but it's because of the sake that those white countries tend to be prosperous, and that's why they want diversity there, because everybody wants to share in the wealth, I guess.
Mm.
And in the end, those countries are glad to share the wealth with people who are willing to come in and live that way culturally, you know. The problem is when people come in and don't want to live that way culturally, and that creates a mess. I never understood that anyway. Like, why would you want to bring your culture to another country if you could just live in the country where that culture is prominent? You know, I'm not saying you have to abandon your culture completely, but there are some things that end up being like antithesis to each other in certain cultures. For instance, like, you know, certain Muslim ran countries, you know, arranged marrying, you know, young girls, you know, 12-year-olds to like 30-year-old men. That's not going to mix with the culture in the US or England. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not going to work. We don't allow those things. So you have to respect that. If you're going to move out of your country to another place that has opposite culture to yours, you're going to have to embrace the, you know, the idea that you're going to have to let some parts of your culture go. The parts that don't blend well. Besides that, you know, you can eat what you want to eat. You know, you don't have to eat the food from that country. You know, you can speak your language if you want, as long as you have some cursory understanding of the language you live in. I don't even like totally expect people to be 100% fluent in English if they move here. Just be conversational, you know, be able to talk, basically. What happens sometimes here, but it doesn't happen much because most people who have jobs here end up being bilingual. But, you know, for me, it's not an issue. But there are some places where people work where they only speak Spanish. And it's like, well, you know, this is America. Our first country, our first language is English. And a business should at least have somebody there who speaks English, so they can, you know, somebody comes in that doesn't speak Spanish, they should be able to be serviced, you know, properly.
I find it.
I say people should at least try. Like, my stepdad doesn't speak English very well, but he's tried. He's tried for years. He just came to this country when he was like 50, you know, and it's way harder to learn a language when you're older.
Yeah,
but he's tried. He's paid for like these books and tapes and stuff, and he listens to them and he tries, you know. So I give him that. At least he's trying, you know. There's some people who just come here and don't even try it, you know, and they'll stick to little Hispanic areas and never, you know, try to learn English. And it's like, you should at least try. You know what I'm saying? If at any country I move to that speaks a different language than me, I'm going to try to learn that language as hard as I
can. So when the language thing, we have a big problem in this country, especially in my city.
In your city, there's a lot of people don't speak English.
Yes.
Even worse in England, because you're not even originally meant to be like a cultural mixture country. You know, like, we were actually kind of meant for that at some point. We were supposed to be the melting pot. At least in New York City was known as the melting pot. So
yeah.
It's less understandable for your country. Your country actually, you know, you guys created English. That is your language. That is the language of your country.
Yeah. I mean, London is a little bit, you know, cultural part of the world as well.
Yeah, that's why I was saying before, London's just a city, but it's understandable that a major city like London.
Yeah, it's so we don't really have a problem with, like, when you go into shops, people not really. Well, actually, no, you do actually, but it's more small businesses. You know, you go into a really small business. I've had it a few times where the person doesn't really speak English. Well, actually, no. Think about it. Even sometimes like McDonald's, but those times when it's been like a chain, it's more like an elderly sort of person, not so much a young person. When it comes to young people, it's just dialect that normally fucks me up.
People. Like, you guys have a lot of different dialects in English.
Yeah. Being in London and being served by a Muslim teenage girl who's got a fucking Cockney accent is weird, mate. I'm like, yeah, I just want a plain double cheeseburger. And she's like, what?
The thing that I think we're doing wrong is we're not looking into what goes right and what goes wrong when it comes to immigration or multiculturalism and stuff like that. People either want to throw the baby out with the water or keep the baby and the water with the baby boiling in it. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no in between. Like, how about we take the baby out, fucking throw the water out, and then fill up the water again? You know?
I don't know how many people I know who are just happy to shit on multiculturalism the second they can, and I'm like, whoa, hold up a second. Just because there's like a bad fucking egg in the pot.
Yeah, exactly. And if you look at it, there are some places where it works. So why not look into those places and see what works about that? You know what I'm saying? But there's nobody really looking into these things, why does it work in this town and not in this town that's like, a couple miles away? You know, like there has to be a reason, right? There has to be something that works and something that doesn't work and see what it is. If you want to make things better, you have to really look into, like these things. We did these things without thinking. We were like, especially in America, was like, all right, this is the land of the free. We're going to give people the right to come here regardless of their religion. You know what I'm saying? Like, and regardless of their economic status and all that stuff. And we just started letting people in, but we didn't think ahead to say like, maybe certain people won't blend well with the people that are already here. But, that's been a century already, like a century, maybe 2 centuries since that started. So now we have enough time that has passed and enough mixing that we can look at what areas work and what areas don't, and see what are the flaws in it. What are the flaws that are causing it not to work in this area, and what are the benefits that are helping it work in this other area. Let's see what Mark says.
Definitely true.
Oh, let's see what some of these people say. England was a country long before any of this bullshit was going on. I hate when people say England is a country of immigrants. It's all bullshit. Yeah, I've never thought of England as a country of immigrants.
I'd say that is like what London
is a country of invasion. Yeah.
I'd say that's what London has become like over like the last sort of 200-300 years.
Yeah, just like our New York City, and eventually it became known as the melting pot. Because that was the area where everybody came in from Europe. Really, it was all Irish and Italians, and everybody from Europe came through Ellis Island here in Jersey City, and then crossed over to New York City and started their life there. So it was a big melting pot. But even then, when that first started, you had Jewish neighborhoods, Italian neighborhoods, Irish neighborhoods, English neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? It was very split even then.
Yeah.
And they did not get along. Italians and Irish were looked upon as the lesser of the whites.
Well, Irish, mate. You know what I mean?
At that time, maybe all it is that it takes generations. You know what I'm saying? Like for immigrants to become part of it. Maybe that's what it is. And you guys are having a huge influx of fresh immigrants right now.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So maybe in generations it would get better, but there has to be a cap at some point where you say, we got to let these generations come about before we let more in or something,
Well, we're a small island now. The way I look at immigration is, can we sustain it? Can we deal? Do we have the infrastructure and everything else? Can we, and also, can we financially afford it, and things like that? And the answer, in my opinion, really is we need to deal with what we've got at the moment. And I think a lot of things that don't help with a lot of problems in this country is over the last 10 years, we've gone through major austerity cuts. Policing's underfunded. Local services are underfunded.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Programs that were around to help with integration have completely and utterly gone, pretty much.
Do you think it's safe to say that some of these budgetary problems have to do with the immigrants coming in and having to pay for stuff for them, and that's why there's problems with money for infrastructure and all these other?
Oh no, the reason we don't have the way the government spins it is the financial crash of 2008 And these are the cuts that we would have to implement over the next 10 years to sort our basically our budget and everything else out that they spend. And they've basically over the last 10 years is cut.
Shit. Yeah, you guys been cutting. I remember there was I forgot what it was called, where you guys did like a massive cut to what is that called? Oh my god, that's gonna bother me now. I think it's
social care.
No. Damn, I was just reading about it like a month ago and I forgot. Yeah, never mind. The word itself means to like withhold money or something like that. Or...
Not sure.
Yeah, I forgot. Never mind. But yeah, you guys have had massive cuts to come in for a while, right?
Yeah.
And like benefit, like social programs and shit like that.
Yeah, exactly. Local government as well. Like for example, social care, which is like for example, you know your grandparents that get old and they need to be taken care of, or they need like someone to go in once a week or something like that. Well, things like that would get as funding through the health service and through the government, but the government pawned it off to local authority, and then the local authority picking up the tab and then having their budget cut as well. So you've got all these and then you've got all the nursing homes that are fucking run by the state that are a fucking dismal state as well. It just doesn't help. Yeah. And then you've got everything else going on. And then to top it all off, you've got massive crime problems. Look at London.
Yeah, it's getting pretty bad. Even it's starting to come near you now, right?
Yeah, I mean, we've had like 4 acid attacks in this city this year.
That baby that got the acid thrown at him was near you, right? Wasn't that like a little north of you or something?
Yeah, it was in between me and Bristol and Birmingham, basically.
Oh, well. That one was nuts, man. I was like, wow, how are you gonna throw acid at a baby's face? Like, that's
so that whole thing fucking went crazy. So it seems like it was the father trying to target the mother, and yeah, some shit like that. Eastern European, I think Romanians. I can't remember what they were now.
Oh, let's read some of these people say. Good ideas work. Multiculturalism works when the cultures don't clash violently. Yeah, that's always an issue. Diversity isn't our strength. A little homophobia, sexism, racism, anti-science, dishonesty doesn't help shit. Yeah, that's where I'm talking about. Like, people say diversity is strength. Some people say it isn't. I don't care either way, but what I see is diversity can be good. So that that's why I say we should observe where it works and where it doesn't work. Because if we're just gonna do it all willy-nilly, we're not, the outcome is chaos. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. It's a random, it's like rolling dice. But we can predict these things by looking at patterns and looking what does work and what doesn't work, and keep doing the things that do work. It's not 10:30 where I am. It's that time is wrong, and it says 10:03. You're looking at it backwards. It's actually 9:04 though. It's an hour ahead. But let's see if culture. Oh wait, did I skip anything? Yeah, if culture needs to change to integrate itself in the dominant culture, then the population which has the culture needs to be kept below the level where they are incentivized to maintain their culture. Yeah, but that's where I say what things work and don't work, because there may be some aspects of a culture that works and some that don't of the same culture, and that's what I was saying. When you go to a country, if there's a part of your culture that is illegal or doesn't blend into that culture, then you're just going to have to, eat that shit. You're just gonna have to be like, well, I can't fucking do that, like we were talking about child marriage. We don't have child marriage here. So if you're from a country where you're married to 12-year-olds, you can't do that here. So that's the problem, is when you have immigrants moving to countries and then doing shit in the underground, what I'm saying, and marrying 12-year-olds without anybody knowing and shit. And then now we have people breaking that law. Problem.
Well,
that happens in your country, right? Sometimes they get married to like underage girls without the government knowing, probably. I would think.
There has been cases of that, but I don't think there's been anything recently.
Not recently. Well, but I mean, you wouldn't know, because it would be. Yeah. I guess the only way to find out is if they get caught and it comes out.
Yeah, definitely. But like, the whole refugee thing, yeah? I'm all for refugees, refugees are welcome here. But the problem is, is 90% of what the far left say are refugee are not refugees.
Yeah.
They're economic migrants or that sort of nature of it. They're not fleeing, you know, like the Syrian shit when we took refugees from Syria, where they were hand selected by the government, and it was mainly families and stuff that we brought out that were from the
which reminds me of the video you did where you talked to that guy on the live stream, but then you cut it out and you posted it. That refugee guy, I really liked him. He was a really smart guy, and he understood. You know what I'm saying? He understands where England is coming from in the immigration thing, even though he's the refugee, he's the immigrant coming in.
Yeah,
he looks at it from England's side, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm coming into this country." And he even didn't he say something like when he lived in one town and moved to another town, the people from the original town were telling him, "Oh, the people there treat immigrants like shit. They don't like people from different races and colors." And then when he went there, he said everybody was fucking nice as shit. He was like, everybody was super nice. Nobody was being racist. Nobody said anything to me. They were all really nice. And it's like, you got to think that maybe those people that are bitching are the ones who are the problem. You know, maybe they're going there acting all fucked up. And that's why they're being, you know, that's why their people are acting strange to them and telling them like, hey, get out of here. You know, it might not be because of their race or skin color. It might be because they're douchebags. And there's a serious ego problem. Amy and Devin were talking, and I was saying, like, this is what causes this. It's a serious ego problem. You don't want to think of your race as being the one that's maybe worse than another in a certain aspect, you know, or maybe being the one that's like the problem. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to see that. So then you try to twist it to being the other way around and being like, no, they're the problem. We're not the problem. And it's like, you know, in the end, if you look at it, maybe you are the problem. Try to look at it from the other person's perspective, you know, and maybe see that you might be the problem.
Well, the other way of looking at it, I thought more, is the fact that for everyone that moves to this country, you know, you move to this country and whatnot, and you're extremely grateful for all the stuff you have to go through to get here, and then you see stuff like that, and you see that that people just want to let everyone in, and you're like, well, hang on a second. I mean, if you're going to just let everyone in, I mean, there's a reason I left this country in the first place. And if you're just going to let everyone in from there, what the fuck was the point of me really leaving?
Yeah. No, it's true. It makes sense. And that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, why I understand the point of keeping some of your culture, but if you're leaving your culture to go into another one, why didn't you stay at yours? You know what I'm saying? There's a reason you didn't stay there, and it might be that your culture doesn't work very well in a country. Like, you might want to leave some of that behind. My parents came here, you know, they kept some of their culture, but some of the shit that happens in their country, they're just like, don't need to do that anymore. You know, they never caused any crime. You know, neither my parents ever went to jail, never were arrested. You know, they moved here. They both moved here on a visa. They both got citizenship before their visa was up. They both learned English very well. But like, you know, they have heavy accents, but they can speak to anybody, you know, and carry on a conversation for hours. And they both worked hard their whole lives. So that's basically it. Raised 2 children.
That's what you want.
It's as simple as that. And they got along with everyone, regardless of race. You know, my family had, you know, black people come over for dinner. We had white people come over for dinner, you know, black Hispanics, brown Hispanics, white Hispanics, all types of people would come over. Japanese, we had, you know, my oldest brother married a Japanese woman. We'd have Japanese people over for dinner, you know, her friends and stuff. So we never had any issue. That race was never a thought in my family. That's where I say I find it so strange that people are so hung up on race, because race was never an issue in my family. We never thought about it, you know. Like when I talk to Devin, it's like this area is very Hispanic now, so he thinks it's like always been like that. But when I was growing up, it was very Irish and Italian. We were like the first generation of Hispanics here, you know, the first generation Americans. My parents were the immigrants here, so. And now it's very Hispanic here. It's like 80% Hispanic, but you know, originally my parents came to a place where they didn't know anybody, know anything. They just worked hard and learned English and, you know, did their jobs. Yeah. Like good immigrants do. Yeah, they became part of the culture, you know.
See, yeah.
Sean's like, Alp's like, my family were the good Browns. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it is right. It's true. My family are the good Browns. They're the people who immigrate and under the right pretext and do the right things. And I don't really have anything against people who come here and maybe do commit crimes or stuff if they're like lesser crimes, but you know, people move here and they do the things they do. But if it's like a cultural issue where your culture just doesn't mesh here, that's the kind of things you just don't want in your country, right?
Oh yeah, we don't want no fucking acid attacks.
Yeah, acid attacks is ridiculous that you guys are having crazy acid attacks. That's just nuts.
You can keep your FGM. You can keep your child marriages. You can keep your child raping. Oh, and you can keep your halal meat.
Your halal meat. And you can keep your spoons.
Well, no, we need spoons to eat our dinner with. But we'd rather use them to eat our dinner than be giving them out to our kids, so they don't get fucking, well, to their kids rather, so you don't fucking try and marry them off or cut off their genitalia in a foreign country.
Yeah, if that's illegal, you shouldn't be able to do that. Well, I think circumcision in general should be illegal, right?
Yeah. Well, the FGM is legal, but they go abroad. Well, that's the other. And also, it happens here as well, and it's even worse. I don't know where it's worse. Is it worse there or worse here?
We have large numbers of male circumcision. We don't have hardly any female circumcision at all. I don't think.
Yeah, but I meant for the kids here, because if it goes on here, it's going on like behind doors. It's not going on.
Yeah. That doesn't happen here, really. We don't really have that. We don't have that issue. But we just have a lot of male circumcision, but it's legal and done by doctors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, in New York, they have this thing where the Jews do it. I forget what it's called, but brisk. Yeah, it's called a brisk when they do it. But there's a part where the rabbi, after cutting off the skin, they'll suck on the wound, basically. So they're sucking on baby dicks and they're sucking on the wound. It's supposedly supposed to keep it from getting infected and stuff. But the problem ended up being that some of these Jews had herpes and they would pass herpes on to the baby. How ridiculous is that?
I did hear some crazy shit like that.
Yeah. That was a big epidemic that was going on for like practicing Jews in New York. They were just rabbis were giving rabies.
Rabies.
Yeah, rabbi rabies. Rabies were giving herpes.
See, that's something they never talk about, is the fact that the actual thing the Jews are doing is giving rabies to everyone.
Yeah, damn Jews and their rabies. Trying to spread a global fucking rabies conspiracy. But yeah, that's something like that is an issue, and that's not even a different culture. Those Jews have been here for multiple generations, since like maybe 200 years and shit, or 150 years. But that is a cultural thing that shouldn't be going on. That should immediately be like, yeah, you're giving babies herpes, you need to stop sucking on baby dicks. No more sucking on baby dicks.
And while we're on the conversation, what you doing sucking baby dick in the first place?
Yeah. But to them, I can kind of see, I mean, it's retarded, but I can kind of see it historically in times where there was no antibiotics or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Because our salival enzymes do have a healing effect to it. Like, that's why we instinctively, you cut your finger and instinctively you put it in your mouth, because that's, your saliva's meant to kill off any bacteria and heal it up quicker. But
yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So I can understand, just like circumcision, I can understand it historically. If you think about Jews, they grew up in sandy areas and there wasn't much water. So you didn't get to wash your dick very often. And you're constantly getting sand on your dick, between your foreskin and your dick. And nobody wants that, right? Like, who wants sand in their foreskin all day? So it totally makes sense in a historical aspect to cut it off. But we're way past that. We have, we have plumbing. We could take showers fucking all day if we want to. So that is an unnecessary thing. Circumcision is useless now. Supposed to be cleaner. I mean, I would think it is cleaner, but it's only really cleaner if you're a dirty person. Like if you never, like if you take a shower once a day, that's enough. That's what I'm saying. That's enough to keep your foreskin clean.
Oh, definitely.
So there's really no issue there, and the vast majority of people take showers every day, right? Unless you're a dirty motherfucker, which there's many of. But I mean, even dirty motherfuckers can go and just clean their dick in the sink or something. You know what I'm saying? Don't think I never went over some chick's house. I was like, yeah, I got to go to the bathroom real quick and washed my dick in the sink. After a sweaty day at work and shit, it's got to be done. You're not going to fucking
yeah, exactly.
a sweaty dick. It's not even dirty at that point. It's just been sweaty,
Yeah, and if you wanted to suck your dick, you don't want to be given
Ever a fucking dick that's been sweating all day. That's gross. And then expect her to put it in her mouth. That's not going to happen.
Exactly.
Ooh, women got to go through some gross shit sometimes, man. Yeah, I don't understand.
I don't know why you want to suck dick, women.
I don't know how that happened in the U.S. that it became like a traditional thing, because originally it was really just a Jewish and Muslim thing, right? To cut off foreskin. I don't think Christians did that, right? And Catholics, did they do that?
No, I don't think so.
Well, this country was mostly Christian at first, and I don't think Christians ever did that. So how did that become a thing? It's not a thing in Canada, so how did it become a thing in U.S.? That's so weird.
I don't know, actually.
Maybe it has to do with money. Just getting more money out of people. Like, yeah, we got to cut this thing off. It's going to charge you a couple of $1,000 extra. That's what I was saying about an issue here with C-sections. Like, a lot of doctors here will just do C-sections, even when they don't need to, just to tack on an extra bill. Tack on some more money on the bill. And those are dangerous. Like, you could, you're risking someone's life doing that. Heated discussion. Yeah, they're having a heated discussion, so we started without her.
We did.
Yeah. I was like 10 minutes, guys, because I figured it was going to last like 10 minutes, and then it ended up being like a half hour, and I was like, all right, let's just start it then.
I did say an hour.
Yeah, you were like, yeah, it's probably going to be an hour. Yeah.
And we're almost on an hour.
Yeah, it's true.
Crazy.
I thought you were muted and spazzing out. No. She's talking to Devin before we came on, and we're waiting for a break for us to come on live stream, but then it just kept going. So I was like, all right, well, I just asked Jay, you want to start without her, and then she can join us. I was saying, why don't her and Devin just come on and have this conversation on here? We can all have this conversation, but it just didn't end up happening.
No, not at all.
Devin's been asking me to live stream lately too. I guess he likes watching them back every once in a while. He's like, when are you going to live stream again? I'm an asshole. I love you, Alfie. Sorry, no.
I love how you see in the chat before I am. It's like delayed. I heard you say that. Yeah, there was like a delay for me because I heard you say that. And then I was like, what? Why is he saying that? And then it popped up.
That's weird. Why are you saying? Shouldn't the live chat be the same for everybody?
It's like a split-second delay.
There are times where I'm watching live streams with people, and and it's like I'm like a second or two behind them for some reason, even though we should all be getting at the same time.
Actually, no. Me and Chris did this because so fucking nerdy. But when me and Chris were watching a YouTube live stream together, we both had the chat up. We both were on live. And we both pressed enter at the same time. And sometimes I would be there first, sometimes he would. And then there was one time when it happened and one of us ended up underneath someone else.
Yeah, I've seen stuff like that be weird. Or like it'll flip or something. Like sometimes I'll say something and then when I switch it from live chat to top chat, it'll flip with the person above me. Even though we were both there during top chat too. So that's weird. Absolute fucking nerds. You're the nerd, dude. You're the one getting mad that you couldn't nail a song down the other day. Nerd.
So I went to Upfest today.
What's that?
Do you remember last year around this time, I went to a street art thing, street graffiti thing?
Yeah.
Event in Bristol. Yeah, same event this year. New shit. Oh yeah, weren't you in the? Oh no, you weren't in the Discord this morning. Sorry, I was thinking of the boy pussy.
Look at, got me there, Alf. That's because you weren't. That's because I'm not there to keep you in time.
I'll post some pics in the Discord so
you need that Latino rhythm and timing. I was having a discussion. I think it was Mark who had posted a Radiohead song, and he was like, "Oh, how would you guys strum this?" But I didn't know. But I was like, I tend to do a lot of up and down strumming. I don't do much downstroking. And
The downstroke it.
yeah, yeah, I'm a down up stroker. He's got to go up and down, up and down. But then somebody posted a video of like Metallica doing downstrokes and shit, and I'm like, I'm too Hispanic for that shit. I got too much rhythm to just do straight downstrokes.
Check the Discord. Here's some pictures coming in of today.
Maybe I can download them when they come, and then I can screen share them. Where are you posting them?
AIU Discord.
Okay. What's the difference? Oh wow, these are nice. Some of these are. This one's cool. See if I can. It's so big though. It's not going to fit all in one image, but present to everyone. Yeah, there's this one. This one's cool. And they're not even seeing the whole thing yet. It's like Stalin with is that Stalin or Mussolini? That's Mussolini, right? Yeah. It's Mussolini with Mickey Mouse. You still there, Jay? Uh-oh. What happened? Did he mute?
Hello?
Oh, there you are. Yeah. You got
Am I
knocked
in
out?
here twice?
Yeah, I don't know. And you were quiet for a while. I was just talking to you and you weren't answering. And I was like, what happened?
Yeah, it like knocked me out. And for some reason I'm in here twice.
Weird.
It is, man. Yeah.
It is, man. Yeah. I was showing the one with Mussolini and Mickey Mouse.
Oh yeah. I don't get it.
I don't get it either, but it's pretty cool actually. I dig it. And there's this one. Let me show this now.
I like the giraffe one. They got like a anarchist or Antifa symbol on there, but it's not my favorite kind of Antifa symbol because it's not vegan Antifa.
Yeah, here's this octopus one.
Oh yeah, that reminded me of Leica.
Cool. It reminded you of Leica. She's into tentacles.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a cool picture. I wish I could show them not as big, but
did you see the one of the no war for oil?
Was that the one with the chick?
No, it's the one with like a skeleton holding an AK-47, wearing an American hat.
Oh, I know how I could do this. I could just save it, and it'll show smaller. All right.
To be fair, everyone can go on the AIU Discord and see them all, but
yeah. I don't know if everyone here goes on the AIU Discord. Some of them might not.
Oh yeah, good point.
Most of them do, to be fair.
That's the one.
Yeah, there you go.
Check that shit.
It's pretty cool. Could be better though. Art-wise. I'm not talking about the message or anything.
Yeah.
Because I don't give a fuck. What's the other one? The one with the chick. Let me see that one.
Oh yeah, this is super like fucking regressive. She's got a black fist on her arm, I think it's an anarchist symbol, and I can't read the other one, it's too small.
I'm about to screen share it so you can see. Okay. And
Hellbound Heathen, you just reinstall it and then log in with your account. As long as you remember your account details, you'll have the servers that you were on still.
There it is.
Yeah, that's the one. Check out that Fist
Anarchy
of Power.
Police, is that what that says? That's which is total.
I think so. I'm not
yeah, I
sure.
can't read the bottom one too well. Yeah, that's nothing I can read on that one. It says, "Rise like lions after slumber, in unvanquishable number. Shake your chains to earth like dew, which in sleep have fallen on you. Ye are many, they are few." Yep, basically. Looks like a dude in a dress, to be honest.
I was thinking trap myself.
Trap.
Trap.
Trap, 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 trap.
And I should know. I am the trapologist.
I'm gonna show this in anger. Like
Have you shown the giraffe one?
No. Hold on. I wanted to show this. Like as Wonder Woman.
I love that. That's amazing. Oh, and then there's the gorilla.
That one earlier. Let me see. Let me get to the. Yeah, the gorilla I saw earlier.
Ah, yeah.
The giraffe. Let me get that one out. Oh, this one I could do off the side because I could just scroll down. It's thin.
Oh, and there was this one. There's a load more. There's like a whole video coming with what was there, but yeah, it's just some of the goods, some of the stuff.
Oh, he's got an earring on too.
Yeah.
94 UFO. Oh, look, there's a UFO capturing another giraffe or something. There's a cat in it or something. Oh, it's all giraffes. Live and let live. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I dig it. Like what Chrissy did. Chrissy's art's getting good. This is like the cursory stuff though. Then she uses like Photoshop to make it clean. That looks nice. Night, 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 Chrissy. Oh, it's not letting me like it. Too much stuff going on my computer. I'll get you later. Let me get back to the chat. What's going on in here? I am assuming that Alfie's room is actually the bathroom, and he's got chronic diarrhea now. I chose the wrong instrument. What instrument? Oh, harmonica blowhole finger. You chose the wrong one. Yeah, Hellbound, you never joined the AIU server. Never see you there. To be fair, a lot of us don't go there as much as we used to when we first started going.
I was in there today.
Yeah, we were in there earlier. A bunch of us, actually. Me, Dan, and...
Oh, the boy pussy.
Yeah, it was me, Dan, Chris, and Euclid, I think. We're having a pretty interesting conversation. I don't fully remember what it was because it was way earlier. It was not a bad conversation. Oh, we were just talking about like things that are, you know, possibilities and probabilities.
Yeah.
I know it got a little complicated, but it was an interesting conversation. It all started with aliens, of course. Oh, it's late for you, huh? It's like 2 in the morning or something.
2:30 in the morning, yeah.
Whoa. And Amy's still chatting it up with Devin.
I know, right?
You didn't even get to do the Jaymee show today.
Yeah, I'm not at all.
It's like there's a cosmic thing like stopping you from doing streams together.
Yeah, looks like one of us might have to travel to the other person to make this happen.
Or
someone's gonna have to cough up $40 because it seems like that's the only way you get a fucking hour with Amy these days.
Yeah. Now you just got to pay for your time with Amy, even if you're a friend. I was in a couple days ago. Everyone making fun of Cornwall. Was Chrissy there? Chrissy ain't gonna like that. Can you do me a favor? Can you close that door? The bathroom door. Yeah, the light it comes in really bright through the camera. Lots of saturation. Thank you.
Leave Cornwall alone. Cornwall's beautiful.
To be fair, who doesn't make fun of Cornwall? Yeah, I think it's different. I think it's more Liverpool that gets made fun of now.
Yeah.
Than Cornwall.
Fuck Liverpool.
To be fair, who doesn't make fun of Cornwall?
But
Mark, every once in a while, just check in every once in a while, Mark, and see if people are around. Every once in a while, we go in there. We've been going in a little more lately, like every couple days. I don't know. The Discord's kind of funny because like people don't go chat if we're not in there, and I was like, I don't understand why people don't chat amongst themselves. Like, why do we have to be there? It's like, are we the most important people or something? Like, what's going on with them? So weird. That tends to be what happens, though. Like, we'll go in there, and then a little while later, it'll fill up. But if we don't go in there all day, then nobody goes to talk. It's weird.
Apart from Rogue.
So apart from Rogue, Rogue's always there. Is it Rogue chasing everyone away, maybe? It's been a while since you yelled at me, Mark said.
Did he say that just as we were saying that, or
Yeah,
after?
yeah. I just finished that sentence and it popped up right after I finished that sentence. Funny.
Oh, bless her. I love her to bits.
Yeah. Yeah, she's nice. I like her. Well, she maybe not nice is the right word, but she can be nice. But yeah, she does get a little aggravated sometimes. I think when that happens, she just takes a little break and then comes back later when she's feeling better.
Yeah. That's what she
I think
does.
the last person to piss her off was Dan. Dan felt bad about it, and I was like, "Nah, it'll be all right, dude. She likes you." Like,
I missed all that. I
take
was
a few
away.
days off. Yeah, I missed it too. He was just telling me about it afterwards. He was like, "Oh, I feel bad." I was like, "Don't worry about it." What else can we talk about? You guys in the chat, what do you think? Tell us things that we might converse about. See where we go. See where it leads us.
I might be going up to Sunderland next weekend.
I don't know what that is, man.
It's like further north than I was this weekend.
Oh.
And I was really far north. I was more north than Chris and Sean, like
Are you close to the Scottish border?
Oh, this time I'll be even closer to the Scottish border.
Yeah. Oh, Bruce Willis is getting roasted. I don't have TV, so I can't watch it anyway.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, I'll just watch it tomorrow when it's streamed. I can get it streaming or something. How was your ice cream date with Billy? If you guys haven't watched Billy Bong's latest video, I'm on it at the beginning. He had a video of me talking like we're talking while I'm eating spumoni, which is a type of Italian ice cream. You guys watch that? It's at the beginning.
Yeah, that looked gorgeous. I wanted some.
Yeah, well, it's really good, man. I ate that whole pint. I was like, oh shit. But it's not as thick as ice cream usually is. It's kind of, it's hard to explain because it's like in between ice cream and Italian ice. You know what Italian ice is, right? It's like shaved ice kind of.
Yeah.
But it's in between those, so it's kind of more like ice cream, but not as creamy. When it melts, it's still kind of watery. So it's not as filling, as ice cream is. So you can actually eat more of it.
Nice.
But it's just as delicious.
Fair enough.
What's up, Plymouth? We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. Is this not true? Oh, I'm getting a notification. I couldn't see it. It's bullshit. Yeah, but me and Billy had a good time. That was cool meeting up with Billy for the first time. He's a cool dude. Just talked a lot. Fucking went, we're in Brooklyn, so we went around, ate some pizzas, tried different pizza places and stuff. Oh, yeah. I love fucking Brooklyn pizza, man. We went to this one called, I think it was called Luigi's. It was the guy working there is an old dude. I think his father owned it before him, passed it on to him. His father was an Italian immigrant, so this guy makes classic fucking Brooklyn pizzas, man. They're so fucking good.
It's good pizza whenever Alfie goes classic.
Oh, classic, yeah. If it's a classic, well, you can have pizza that's good that's not classic, but that classic style is like the definitive pizza style, the definitive like New York pizza. You gotta do this thing, the definitive, like an Italian. It's a New York pizza, man. But I gave it the Puerto Rican accent. Do you know what I'm talking about, man? When you eat pizza.
When you eat pizza, man.
Pizza from New York.
New Jerk. New Jerky.
Yeah. You come down to New York, man. I'll show you the classic pizza.
I do want to come to America.
Yeah, man. That would be awesome if you came down, man. I'll take you to New York. We'll get drunk.
Get drunk. Get red guy.
I'll take you to an American Irish pub. Get drunk. They'll get car bombs and fucking drunk as fuck. Who could fit more dicks in their mouth, Anne Hathaway or Topanga? Please discuss. Fucking Mark. Yeah, I would go with Topanga. Her mouth was huge. I mean, Anne Hathaway has a huge mouth too, but Topanga was also thicker, had like a wider face. I think she could fit more.
Yeah, I think you might be able to somewhere there.
Maybe we should try to get this going with like hot dogs or something and hashtag Anne Hathaway and Topanga and try to get them to do this competition. For some charity or something. It could work.
I am charity.
Yeah, Jay needs charity. People send him money. PayPal him. Patreon him.
You're too kind.
Yeah. It will
Teeth
depends
me.
who has the bigger mouth. Yeah, that's what we were talking. I think Topanga does. Who knows? I never measured. Let's see. Wow, I can't believe Amy and Dev have been talking for this long. This was totally unplanned. Yeah, yeah, it came out of nowhere. I was supposed to stream with Alfie. LOL. Yeah, it happens, Amy. It's okay. Supposed to stream with both of us. It was the Jaymee Show invasion.
Yeah, I
And
know,
then
right?
it ended up just being the Jay invasion, which happens all the time. Which is nothing new. How long have we been going? How long has this been going on? An hour. An hour, but that was like an hour, a half hour after they started talking. We were waiting for them to finish. What's up? Hey, what's up, Chris? What are you doing, Chris? What is crazy Chris up to?
Probably just got up and he's going to work.
Oh yeah, true. No, I couldn't have just gotten up. It's like almost 9 o'clock over there.
Hey, this is Holowiki. You never
Yeah,
know.
that's true. Yeah, that's true. You're right. I can't underestimate the power of Holowiki to wake up super late.
Mm-hmm.
Just driving around working. Cool.
Oh, so I've been looking at getting this little device that gives you internet when you're out and about. Apparently, it's really good. Just trying to find the link for it now.
Yeah, Chris, I've been up for 4 hours. Even that's not very long. That means he woke up at like 5 and shit. Like,
Yeah, I know.
yeah. I'm very curious that their heated discussion is all about. Oh, it started off we were all talking about race, but they kept it going and we started streaming. Hi, Gina.
So yeah, this is what I'm thinking of getting, Alfie.
Let's see. Oh, where you posted it? AIU?
No, I posted it in the.
Oh, in here.
Basically, it just gives you this little white box.
Korean. Yeah.
Gives you
Huawei.
Huawei, yeah.
Yeah, unlocked. Oh, it's a hotspot. I got you.
Yeah.
This Wi-Fi. That's cool.
Yes. That's what I'm thinking again.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm
But
looking.
that's the problem is
So I guess it's not really expensive because the other ones are way more expensive. But with things like that, if you get them for too cheap, it doesn't work so well.
yeah, that, and I think it will help because sometimes the quality, the signal on my phone is a bit too much. And I think it would probably, I don't know. It should help, especially with poor signal areas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was becoming an issue with that one stream you did. The last stream you did was good. Like it didn't really fuck up very much. But you did that one stream that was really choppy. I forgot which one it was. It was like some parade. I forgot what parade it was for.
That was the Caribbean Festival in Bristol.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
St. Paul's Carnival. Yeah, that was well annoying, mate, because that was fucking awesome. Do you know, right? I think I'm gonna have to like just use my camera for that sort of stuff. I think. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe you can't live stream it depending on where you're at. Yeah, maybe you could do both. Like if you had 2 cameras, like set up a camera just to record and another one to live stream. And so that if the live stream's doing bad, you could just end it, but you still have the recording, put it up later.
I could rig something up to do that actually, because the Tascam device has 2 outputs.
Oh, so you could do that. You could do one output streaming and one recording.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I could do that actually.
Cool. Yeah, you should try that out. I think that would be beneficial because yeah, sometimes you get in areas where it's not
Mm.
conducive to live streaming. Then you could just at least you'll still have the footage, to put up later.
Yeah, exactly. But there's an event I'm going to. Well, if I don't go to Sunderland, then in Bristol, there's going to be a animals' rights march by the vegans in Bristol.
Yeah, that for sure. It's so funny. I like how you did that one on that pink bus, and I think people took it as you were on the vegan side or something, but you were just kind of non-partial.
Yeah.
It's funny.
I don't know.
In the end, if they were giving away free pork samples, you would have eaten it.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Alfie, where's your response video? I'm still waiting for your
Oh God,
outrage video.
you really wanted me to do that? I wouldn't even know what to say.
The
Like
way
3
that you
seconds,
went
like,
on
don't
about
stand
it.
between me and my pork, and that's it.
Yeah, just give me like 5 minutes of
What
you
the
just
fuck?
rampaging. Can you believe that Jay did not get free
How
pork?
how is it? How in the fuck is it in this day and age? Little pork bus and you leave without fucking free pork, man. Fucking people. It's true, man. That's horrible. I would have been pissed. I honestly would have been hanging off the side of that bus, like, yo, give me my pork, banging on the window. Give me my fucking pork. I want my free meats.
Oh,
I mean, the only thing better than food is free food. So,
true that.
you're gonna stand between someone and their free food. Damn. When you get a split stream piss, is it better to hold the pee in or fall to your knees so your dick sits inside the toilet safely? Please discuss. Oh God. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think we're gonna discuss that, Mark. Try again.
I'm just gonna answer with sit down to pee.
We should have Mark come on. I haven't talked to Mark in a long time. I did want to do an off penny raw with him, but we never ended up doing it. We should. But Mark, if you want to come on, let me know, and I'll send you stuff. I'll send you the link. I haven't talked to Mark in a long time. Mark is a psychopath, but he's my kind of psychopath. The kind I can
Mark's
enjoy.
a legend. Mark's the kind of person that could get a bird to start getting something to do with a dog. I just remember a dog being involved, a girl being involved, and Mark getting her to do things.
I'll say
Mark is a ledge.
I guess I'll say he's not saying, he just says he appreciates it, but he's not saying if he wants to come on or not. I don't know. I'm just gonna DM it to him. How is it?
Yeah, Mark is.
Oh, yeah,
Mark is cooler and Sean. They're what do you want me to say?
He's starting a PUBG match with his buddy and a few. Look at this. These fucking nerds, man.
Oh my God, what faggots. I mean, I spent 2 nights with faggots, and that shit right there is more gay.
Okay. Gay. It's whoa. That's the bread story? Oh, that's the story that you were telling.
Yeah.
Was it over bread?
I can't remember. I think bread was involved.
Check this out. Monday washing, New York City, 1900. Wow, that's fucking cool. Imagine 1900. Long time ago. Watch, I will become a champ and beg the weather girl and beg the weather girl and dump her. So, weather girls do tend to be hot.
Yeah.
That's because you get the full body shot of them, so they want to make sure they get a hot chick with a nice body.
Down here on the local news, we had a weatherman for like 15 years, and he was like this old dude. It was lame.
Yeah. Oh, we do have one channel here has a dude on in the morning, so he's like this short little gay dude. He's just kind of goofy looking. He's always doing little dances and shit. He's just a weird guy. And I'm like, why did they have this guy? But I guess for the morning show, it's kind of good to have somebody that's lively. I guess that's the point.
Oh, like in the old days, before going to work early in the morning, I'd watch BBC Breakfast, and there was this like middle-aged woman that was on there, and damn, she's like, her face wasn't too much to look at, but like the body and the fact that she would like so flirt with the fucking camera, and like what she wore was, oh mate, she was just, and the way that she would like move her legs as well, and you knew she was doing it intentionally. It was like softcore porn in the morning.
That's how you get people to watch the news, man. You want people to watch, that's what you do.
That's true. Sex sells, my friend. Sex sells.
That's why it's weird that people are all about this body positivity. It's like you're gonna end up crashing companies because they're not gonna have hot chicks anymore. This is what's gonna happen. That's another video you did. That billboard.
Oh, the billboard, yeah.
Yeah, with the body positivity.
Oh, it was just standing there for an hour, like a
bikini body,
tripod, just asking people if they wanted to chat on camera.
And then you got to interview that one lady, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm not offended." Straight up, she's like, "Yeah, I don't see why somebody would be offended by that. Yeah, whatever." She seemed very nonchalant about it, though. She was like, "Yeah, whatever." Is it hard to get people to talk to you on camera?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes people just don't want to do it. Mm-hmm. Well, imagine you stopping people in the street. A lot of those people on the street are on their way somewhere. You know, they don't have time.
Yeah. It's a bit difficult. When it's at a march, it can be still a little bit difficult.
Yeah. Well, the last one you did, you went up to those people and wanted to talk to them. The guy instantly recognized you. He was like, "I know who you are. I don't want to talk to you." And then the cop was like, "Oh, you got to go away." And then you're like, "What about those girls? They want to talk." They're like, "No." And then the cop was like, "All right, you got to go." And you're like, "All right." But
is that what he said? He said, "Did you know who I was?"
Yeah, right off the bat when he walked up, he said, "Oh, I know you." That's what he said.
I don't even remember.
Yeah. While you were walking up, right when you were walking up to him to ask him if you could interview him, he said, "I know who you are." That's the problem now, Jay. Now people are recognizing you. That's gonna be a problem.
It was funny though, like I was still in this fucking town. Me and Liz are like, "Yeah, we're gonna go we're gonna head back down to the march since there's like no one here." Cops come up, he's like, "Oh yeah, what you doing?" I was like, "Yeah, this, blah blah blah." And he's like, "What's your name?" The other guy gets on the fucking radio. I knew as soon as he got on the radio, they found out who I was. He was like, "Yeah, you got to move him along," because the tone changed massively. Yeah. Alt-right media, mate.
Oh no. They probably think you work for Rebel.
Wish.
Yeah, you want to work for them?
At least they'd pay me.
Oh, that's true. At least you'd get paid. That's a good point.
I would say it would be a stepping stone. And for me personally, it would be a step up.
It has been for certain people.
Yeah.
Come out of that better off.
Yeah.
Ugh. Oh my God. Amy's taking forever.
She is, mate.
I don't know if I should end it or if we should keep going. What time is it?
Oh, we're going to go to bed soon. It's
yeah,
like late. It's like almost
yeah, I guess we'll go another 10 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so much because we were going to talk about that video.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, true. We could do an A-team with that.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I was going to A-team it all up.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that tomorrow if we have time. Yeah. I know Amy works tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have to figure something out. We'll see. We'll see what we can do. Work something out. We got to get Leica up in one of the 18 videos. She's in the intro. She hasn't done one with us yet.
Oh, I know, right?
She's in the process right now of moving, so we have to wait for that to end.
Yeah, not much longer.
Well, actually, I think I'll just end it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming, guys. Sorry it wasn't what was advertised, but you know, we did our thing. We talked for a while. I think we had some interesting conversations too, so it worked out.
You know,
you guys gonna see that movie Glass? Oh hell yeah, I'm gonna see that. That looks awesome, and I really enjoyed Split. That was really good. So I'm definitely gonna catch that. I might go see that in the theater. I'm not sure when that comes out though. I think later this year. As far as I'm concerned, you're the B team until I'm on a video. Yeah, whatever, Sean. You'll never be an A team. You'll never be an A teamer.
Never.
Never. No one from Liverpool can be an A teamer. Leica don't count, of course. She's not literally from Liverpool. She just lives there.
Yeah, not for
January. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll definitely catch that in January. Yeah. Good downtime. All right. So thanks everybody for coming to watch. Thank you, Jay, for coming.
Always.
Keeping me company.
Always.
Yeah. Most likely we'll probably stream again sometime this week. Oh, and Mark's might not be paying attention. But Mark, if you want to do a stream Thursday, let me know. I'll end up DMing him or something. All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Peace.